It says we're, oh.
Hey guys, we're live.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Marx Library Live.
Yeah. See, it's very informal, okay?
Thank you for the thoughtful input, Beth.
Hi.
So we are on the third floor of the Marx Library, again, out of the studio, with some special guests. So I guess we should introduce ourselves first.
Probably, yeah.
So if you're new to Marx Library Live, I am Stephanie Ebersard. I'm the social sciences librarian here at the Marx Library.
And I am Beth Riggin-Shepard. I'm the arts and humanities librarian here at the Marx Library in South Alabama. And we have a new toy. So I'm filming on it. And so if things get weird, it's a new toy, and I'm still figuring it out.
It's not Beth's fault.
It's not my fault, right? Okay, so Stephanie, what are we doing today?
All right, so I mentioned that we have some special guests. Why don't we turn to them and let them introduce themselves?
Okay, well, should we tell? Okay, yeah, we should totally do that. That's how we should do it.
Yeah.
We should totally do that.
Hello. Hey.
Hi.
So I'm Natalie. I used to be a student here and I graduated. I majored in anthropology and now I work for South.
Okay.
I'm Brittney. I also graduated from South Alabama in anthropology and now I work at the Center of Archaeological Studies on campus.
Okay.
And they're here to tell us about a really cool exhibit that we have on the third floor of Our Beloved
Perfect.
Women, Matriarchs of the Poarch Creek.
Yeah, so you can kind of see it goes all on the third floor here up in the art gallery. What is this? This is the Rodning Gallery?
Rodning Gallery.
Okay. So they're going to tell us a little bit about what's up here, right?
Yeah. So the exhibit went up on October 1st and it's all about the beloved women of the Poarch Creek. We talk about 9 different women who are very important in that history, and then on the opposite wall we have a bunch of quilts that were made by women of today, and then some banners as well that showcase even more women that are so important to the community.
Okay.
So can you tell us a little bit about how did you come up with this idea for the exhibit?
So the idea for this exhibit originally came from Robert Goer. He was the Tribal Historic Preservation Officer for the Poarch Creek Indians, and he came up with this idea because the Poarch are very into their history, but a lot of times that history focuses on the males of the tribe and the important things that they did. And he suggested we have all of these very strong, very awesome women, so we need to highlight the important contributions they did to the tribe. So that's what this whole exhibit is about the women's contributions.
Okay, so I'm going to backtrack a second because I think some people may not know about the Poarch Creek and where they're located, right? So just give us a quick, right? Yeah, we just assume. So give us a quick 5-second. Who are they and where are they?
The Poarch Creek Indians, they are located near Atmore, Alabama. The map right there.
Look at this. There's a map. Okay.
So they are the only federally recognized tribe in the state of Alabama. They are the tribe that's associated with the Poarch Creek casinos. And so that's and they only very recently got federally recognized. So
right.
It was in 1983. In the 80s, I want to say. Yeah.
Okay. So they're kind of a local, there are closest to Mobile. Okay, cool. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so out of ideas, we have these strong women, right? Let's highlight them. So what kind of stuff can we expect to see in the exhibit?
So each of the cases in the exhibit highlights a different one of the 9 women that shows up the spotlight. And so it I don't want to say it tells their life story, but it briefly kind of goes over the things that these women are remembered for and the reasons why their tribe reviews themselves. So it talks about their different contributions, their different successes. So a lot of what it is that family is such an important thing in the Poarch Creek, and a lot of these women, there's one of them, Miss Destiny. She had a porch, and that was an incredibly important thing because family gathered there to talk and to have fun, and that is a focal point in her life.
Oh,
yeah.
We have an actual photograph of the porch.
Yeah, so if you talk to her grandchildren now, the thing they always talk about is going to their grandmother's house and sitting on the porch and talking to members of their family and community and gathering there and eating meals there. So that's something that she's highly remembered for, is her hospitality and her porch.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so what about this side? Is there anything particular you'd like to talk about or have our students see?
So all of the banners showcase a specific, group of people. So we have athletes. This one right here is artists. We have princesses, which is a kind of a festival that happens where they have women and young girls. It's not an elective. No, I don't want to say it's
like a beauty pageant.
It's not like a beauty
Good, okay.
pageant. So a lot of it is community involvement, how they can better their community, going out and doing things for other communities. So it's a lot of activism is what this is.
Oh, neat. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's what they do. They're chosen every year. So they have 400 princesses in different age categories that are chosen every year. So they choose them at the Thanksgiving powwow, which is next week.
It's Thanksgiving Day, right? Okay, and if you guys have never been to one of their, actually, I'm talking and there's no me, but the disembodied head that's talking behind you right now, if you've never been to one of those things, they're awesome. So totally try to go. Like, they're so...
It's $5 open to the public.
Yeah, it's super neat.
About it here in the library. So there's a
flyer.
Posters hanging throughout and also downstairs in our display.
Yeah.
You can Google it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and that's probably the easiest thing is to
Just Google it. I mean, who needs paper, right? So before they are very cool, good-looking posters, right? Somebody put some time into that. So before we started, we were actually talking about kind of like the importance of something like an exhibit like this. And you guys were talking a little bit about like the Poarch trying to reclaim kind of their culture and their heritage. Do you want to talk a second about like why this is important?
Yeah, so for the last decade, the tribe has really been focused on revitalizing their traditional cultures. And so they have started doing language classes and cooking classes, as well as history classes. So every employee that gets hired for the tribe goes through a history, workshop, and they learn the history of the tribe, and they do dance classes, and they do traditional arts, and so they're trying to revitalize their culture. So a lot of members of the Poarch Creek Indians have visited the Muskogee Creeks in Oklahoma to kind of relearn that culture and relearn their traditional ways and bringing that back to the younger generations. So that's what they're really focusing on right now. They just opened their new cultural center in, I want to say February or April. A brand new, spectacular.
It's a beautiful building.
And it has all those classrooms in order to do those things. So they have teaching classrooms for cooking and the dancing, the traditional arts and the language. So it's an incredible feat that they're really, really working hard on right now.
It's really neat.
It is. So at the beginning, you talked about how you're recent graduates. Can you talk to us a little bit about how the work that you're doing supports those efforts?
Sure. Specifically, the USA Center for Archaeological Studies has partnered with the Poarch Creek Indian to kind of help with these public outreach projects. So a lot of what we're doing is information that we are gathering that's already out there and then giving it to the new Tribal Historical Preservation Officer to allow them to have, I guess, a backbone of information to provide the rest of the community. So we're just gathering up a whole bunch of information.
So I guess we as academics are researching, creating basically a guidebook.
Right, and it's not easy. It's
No.
And giving that to them so they have easy access to that information and can use it for public outreach and these history classes and the culture classes. And so that's kind of what we're working on them with. And it's taken a lot of us learning from them and them learning from us. And so
a lot of drives up support.
Yeah. So, just for the students out there who may not know kind of about you guys are anthropology majors or were, right? So, I think Stephanie and I were talking about this. It's a kind of maybe a lesser known.
It is a
small program of study.
A little bit about the program.
Yeah.
Experiences at the program.
Sure. You can.
Okay. So I graduated last December 2017. I loved my time here at South in the anthropology department specifically. We only have 4 professors, and I would say we only have about 60 students at a time. So we're very close-knit, and we all know each other, and we all take the same classes over and over and over.
Yeah.
But it's a very good program because it gives you a very solid background. I don't want to say on how humans work, but
On how humans work.
yeah.
It's the study of culture, right? Yeah.
I specifically had a very heavy focus in biological anthropology, so I didn't really delve into a lot of what this job entails until this job. The anthropology, the program itself, and just like taking the several classes that I did in cultural anthropology really like give an idea of how all of this works.
It helps you understand how cultures change over time and how cultures intertwine, I guess is the word, and how they mesh and how they flow and how they come apart and how they become new cultures and all kinds of things. So,
but like even taking like biological anthropology classes and bioarchaeological classes
Right.
where we talk about all of that.
Dr. Gregorica, yeah. The bone lady.
All that in like prehistory, but it still entails today.
Yeah. So if a student was like, hey, this is really interesting, like I had never known about this, who would you tell them to get in touch with to like talk about the major, explore the major?
Probably Dr. Carr.
Dr. Carr, yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Gregory.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stephanie, you want to give them their actual, like, Dr. Phil card?
I can contact me. You're
Yeah.
used to see my face. I can get you in touch with them.
Because Stephanie's their librarian.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So is there anything you guys want to wrap up with at all? Like something you think the students would know or we want to know or?
Tomorrow night at 6 p.m. we are having our opening reception for this exhibit. So it'll be on the 3rd floor of the Marx Library. We'll have refreshments. The food. Yeah.
Food, guys. Free food.
And an amazing speaker.
Oh, cool. Yes, that's exciting.
Ryan is actually one of the women who is showcased in
Right, because that's a big deal, guys. Like, yeah, like a huge deal that there's like a woman tribal leader. It's a big deal. So come on out, check it out. Stephanie will be here, I know, right? Yeah. And Dr. Carr will be here, I'm sure, right? So if you're interested. Oh, Phil, shame. Oh, well, that's okay.
But our special guest
But our
will be here.
special guest will be here. So if you guys are interested in maybe talking to you guys about kind of what you do, your job, how you got interested in this, you guys will be here to talk to people about that. And Stephanie, I'm sure you'll put something about the on social media about
In
it.
fact, there already is.
Look at her. Okay.
It's all over the place, yeah.
All right, guys, so it looks like we're right about time. So Stephanie and I are going to sign off, but thanks to our awesome guests.
You guys were
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay. Wait, I don't want the pig emoji. Like, I just want to turn it around. Okay.
You got, whoa, awfully close.
Woo, it's a little close there. Okay, guys, so come check out the exhibit. It's really interesting, really cool.
It
It's kind of
is.
different from what's been up here in the past, which I like.
Yes, it's very, very nice. And try to come to the reception tomorrow night, too.
Yeah.
You could ask questions, see the exhibit.
Of the people who put the exhibit together, which
Right.
are the people we're talking to today, so they know more about it than anybody,
Right.
So yeah, come see some of the cool stuff that's in the library, and
If you want to stay on top of all the cool things we're doing in the
oh my
library,
god, our
make sure you're-
segues are on point
Make sure
today.
that you follow us on social media. You're already on Instagram, obviously. Make sure that your friends follow us on Instagram. Yeah, Beth doesn't know which way to point. Also, we're on Facebook
Follow.
and Twitter, though Twitter is not quite as exciting.
Or cool.
But you can follow us and see what's happening.
Yeah, so Stephanie will post a bunch of stuff, always amazing stuff, but she'll keep you up to date about what's happening in the library and around campus. So who doesn't want to be in the know? Well, okay, so next week we'll be back, right? And we're coming up on the end of the semester, guys.
Yep, so what's our plan for next week?
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out and we'll
All
let you
right.
know. All right, guys, thanks for joining us today.
All right, see you next week.
Bye, guys. End.